I hope you guys are doing well today. I hope you are staying safe and healthy and happy. I know that it's been a challenge lately, and the past couple of days have been a little bleh for me, but I've been trying to keep my energy up. I've been trying to keep my attitude in a good place, and I hope you're doing the same because it's what's best for you and everyone around you. Today I'm going to be talking about best of moisturizers. So I'm going to be talking about the top 8 moisturizers that I've ever used. Some of these I wouldn't buy again simply because of my personal preference, but they're still one of the best moisturizers I've ever used, and they'll be perfect for different people depending on how you are personally with your skin and your skin routine. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm going to be going from least expensive to most expensive, and I'm going to give you some pros and some cons of each just to kind of help you figure out which is going to be best for you. So first on today's list is the Olay Active Hydration Moisturizer. So this moisturizer, depending on the size you get, is between $6 and $9. Very, very inexpensive. This is honestly a pretty good moisturizer in general. It's very thick though, so if you want something that's not quite as thick, might not be for you. The biggest downside for me is that it has a very heavy fragrance. The fragrance, it's like a clean florally fragrance. Some people might like that. I hated it because it was so strong. When I was using it, what I would do is I would put about 3 drops of grapefruit oil, is just essential oil in it, and instead of using a vitamin C serum, because you probably shouldn't use both at the same time, but I would put about 3 drops in, and it would help cover up that scent, that really strong scent, so it was definitely more bearable, because it is a good moisturizer. It's just very thick and it has just a really heavy fragrance. Another con of it is that it does leave a little bit of a film on your face, but that is to be expected with any intense moisturizer. If it's a very creamy, thick moisturizer, it's probably going to leave a little bit of a film, a little bit of a layer on your face. And I have a few more on this list that do the exact same thing, and that's just to be expected. But if that doesn't bother you, and if you're looking for just a really cheap moisturizer, this is for you. So yeah, this moisturizer would be for anybody that doesn't mind a heavy scent and doesn't mind a film and just really wants the cheapest good moisturizer that they can find. Okay, number 2 is going to be the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Moisturizer. So the big tub of it is $12, I believe. It is awesome, a very nice, and surprisingly so, because e.l.f. products used to be like the cheapest products that you could get, but their skincare is actually really nice. I really like their eye cream too. Works really well. And the Holy Hydration Moisturizer is an awesome lightweight moisturizer. So this isn't going to be thick, heavy, intense hydration. It's not going to be the best if you have really dry skin, but for a nice lightweight moisturizer, it's really nice. Very cooling because it's more of a gel, so that's awesome. I love stuff like that because I'll alternate. I'll have one night I'll have a really thick moisturizer, and then there will be other nights when I just don't feel like having a thick, heavy moisturizer, and so I'll do something like the e.l.f. Holy Hydration that's just a little bit lighter so my skin can breathe, and especially if I'm getting like really hot, or if it's like midsummer and it's like, oh, I don't want to wear a really heavy moisturizer, I'll do something like that. But so this would be a good one for anyone who wants something a little bit lighter, wants something inexpensive, and doesn't really need something super heavy, hardcore hydration type thing. So okay, number 3 is the Badescu, I think I'm saying that right, Buttermilk Moisturizer. Comes in at $18. We're kind of hiking up in price now. Anything under $30 I consider pretty cheap when it comes to moisturizers. I know I've said before in some of my videos that I don't like buying like luxury skincare. If it's under $30 for me, that's not luxury. For some people it might be, but for me that's not luxury, just because skin is such a a fickle thing, and especially if you have sensitive skin, you have to be sure that you're not just buying something just because it's cheap. You need to buy something that actually works for your skin, or else you're gonna not do it any favors in the long run, and you might end up like hurting your skin for the current moment in time using just the cheapest stuff that you can find. So anyway, this buttermilk moisturizer comes in at $18. It's really great for dry skin. Buttermilk typically is something that they will use in products. People will use in products for eczema. So if you have eczema, if you have really dry patches of skin, this is awesome for you. One thing, this also leaves a film. It leaves more of a film than the Olay. It leaves more of a film than anything I've ever used before, and that really bothered me, so I probably won't get it again just because it was so thick and so but it really does help. If you need a really intense moisturizer and you have eczema or anything like that, wow, it is awesome. Very good moisturizer. So I would recommend it to anybody who has extremely dry skin and doesn't mind that thick film. Okay, number 4 on the list is the Bliss Drench and Quench Moisturizer. This is $20. You can get it drugstore, Walmart, no, maybe not Walmart, but Target. You can get it a lot of places. And Bliss in general, I like their products, but I have a bit of a sensitivity to a lot of their products, including the Drench and Quench. This moisturizer is intended to be a dupe of the Tatcha Water Cream Moisturizer, which comes in at $80. It is super luxury, expensive. I probably never ever spend that much on a moisturizer because that's just a lot to pay for something that it's not even makeup, I don't know. But for some people, that's what they care about, and that's totally fine. I'm not judging anyone, but this is a really good dupe for that. If you're looking for a dupe for the water cream from Tatcha. The one thing is that, again, because it is more of a gel-like consistency, it isn't as hardcore moisturization, it isn't as heavy duty, so it's not necessarily for people with super duper dry skin. And then another thing, like I said, Bliss products, I just always have a little bit of a sensitivity to. I don't know why, they always bother my skin a little bit. For people who don't have sensitive skin though, love Bliss products and love the Drench and Quench moisturizer, and tout it for is that the word? I don't know if that's the word, but they definitely put it up on a pedestal as like a perfect dupe for the water cream moisturizer. So definitely look into that if you're looking to dupe the water cream. Okay, number 5 on my list is the L'Occitane 5% Shea Comfort Cream. This is the moisturizer that I used for longest out of any moisturizer I've ever used. I love shopping around. I love looking at different brands and trying to find different kinds of moisturizers to try. I don't typically like using the same thing, but this I probably used 4 jars of before I moved on to something else. It comes in at $30, which is a little bit pricier for a lot of people, but oh my goodness, it is the most soothing, relaxing moisturizer I've ever used. It's perfect for sensitive skin because, and I mean, it's in the name, comfort cream is like, that's exactly how I would put it. It's super great for calming down your skin and just really soothing it. It does have a little bit of a film, not a lot, a little bit of a film that eventually over, like an hour or so, it will go away. And if you're doing it underneath your makeup, you don't even feel it, you don't even notice it. The one thing that some people don't like about it is that it does have a little bit of a scent to it. And this scent, I don't personally mind. It's not like the Olay with a crazy scent, but it's kind of like a baby powder scent. And I don't dislike it. I kind of like it actually. And it's not super strong, but some people really hate that about it. But it's lovely moisturizer, not too expensive, but very good for sensitive skin. So I would definitely recommend it for anyone who has sensitive skin and has decided that they need to go up a little bit in price in order to keep their skin healthy. So, okay, number 6 on the list is the Lineage Water Bank Moisturizer. This comes in at $38. This is another really good dupe for the water cream, though I will say that it is a little bit more gel-like than the water cream or the Bliss Drench and Quench. So it's a little bit more gel-like, but it is very, very similar, and it's still less than half the price of the Tatcha moisturizers. So I would definitely say that if you're looking for something that's a little more high-end, but maybe not quite as creamy as that one, this is a really, really good one. Lineage in general has a lot of great products. I believe they're a Korean beauty brand. I could be wrong about that, but they have beautiful products. I love the lip mask. I use the lip mask almost every night. They have little travel size kits just so you can try out their products, which I always love it when companies do that. It's really just a great all-around moisturizer. I don't have anything negative to say about it. Not quite as heavy duty, so if you want something heavier, probably not so much for you, because it is more of a gel-like. It's more like the e.l.f. Holy Hydration than it is the Tatcha, like I said. The only really big downside is that it's a little bit more expensive. The $38 is too high of a price tag for a lot of people, but if that doesn't bother you, all around it's a great moisturizer. Okay, number 7 is the Pharmacy Lightweight Moisturizer. It's the Honey Drop Moisturizer. This comes in at $45, so really taking a hike up there to $45. It's pretty pricey, but it is amazing. It's honestly a very, very luxurious, beautiful moisturizer. Pharmacy is a very clean brand, so if you go onto Sephora's website, they have an entire list of brands that are like green or whatever they want to call it, and they're just very clean. They don't have any parabens. They don't have a lot of like additives. They're really, really good for your skin, and if you're more of like a organic, natural kind of person, totally great. This is an awesome brand in general. Pharmacy is an awesome brand. I've loved every product I've ever used from Pharmacy. The only thing that keeps me from buying more of them is just because they do have a little bit of a higher price tag. It does have a film. It has a little bit of a film, but it goes away really, really quickly. You feel it at first, but it'll go away super quickly, and it has a really tiny little bit of a scent, but it's a really fresh, like honey scent. Super nice. Really the only downside is the price, like I said. Okay, last on this list is the Fresh Lotus Cream. It's the anti-aging cream from Fresh. This one comes in at $48, and I absolutely adore this moisturizer. Besides L'Occitane, this is the one that I used for the longest. I probably went through 2 jars of this, which lasted me a super long time. That's one thing about creams like the L'Occitane and Fresh and the Olay. They last so long because you hardly have to use any to get it all throughout your face, massage it into your face, just because they are so creamy and they go such a long way. So that's one thing that you should think about whenever you're thinking about purchasing a more expensive moisturizer, especially. Even though it might be more expensive, if it's really creamy, it's going to go a lot longer than something that's a gel. So even if you buy the Bliss Drench and Quench at $20, that's going to go pretty fast. You're going to go through that pretty fast, and it honestly might be worth it to purchase something that's a little bit higher up. But the Fresh Lotus Cream is my all-time favorite moisturizer. It is so expensive, and I can't justify buying it every single time. But oh my goodness, it's so smooth. It has a very like nice, natural, botanical kind of scent to it. Very intense, but it's not heavy at all. It doesn't leave a film at all, but it is extremely moisturizing. It is by far the best moisturizer I've ever used, and I adore Fresh products. I really, really like them. Like I said, I love all Pharmacy products. There's one or two Fresh products that I haven't ever really been able to see like a difference when using, like the rose petal mask, or one of their eye creams that I used one and I was like, can't really see a difference. With Pharmacy, I can always see a difference. It's always amazing. With Fresh, not so much, but Fresh is my all-time like luxury brand. Like if I'm going to spend money on skincare, like a good amount of money, I'm going to spend it on Fresh products because they are so amazing. They smell great. They feel great. They make your skin look good for the most part. And yeah, the Fresh Lotus Cream is definitely my top luxury, more expensive moisturizer that I would suggest to pretty much any skin type. You don't really have to have dry or sensitive or not sensitive or oily. It doesn't really matter. The Fresh Lotus Cream will work for you. Okay guys, I hope this was educational. I hope you got to learn a little bit more. If you have any questions, please comment below or DM me, whatever. I'd be absolutely happy to answer them. If you're not following me on Instagram, I will link my Instagram page down below so you can come and follow me, and that way you know exactly what I'm going to be posting the next day typically. And additionally, make sure you're subscribed and you turned on notifications so you know if I'm posting something that I don't talk about on Instagram specifically. But yeah, once again, just let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you next time. Bye, friends!